Okay, very quick video and update about maximizing your content's value. This is something I picked up somewhere. I don't exactly remember where, but I thought this was fantastic, and now I've been talking about this to everyone I meet. So I thought I'll make a very quick video. A lot of people do not know how to maximize their time that they spend on social media, and also all the work that they do on social media, how to get the maximum benefit from it, a maximum ROI from it. So that's why social media marketing becomes hard. Internet marketing becomes tough, and then you think that it doesn't pay off, but it does. Here's a way of maximize. Today I'm just going to look at how to maximize what you produce. If possible, start with an article, because you start with a thought, you start with something which is, for example, right now, this is in my mind, an article. I'm trying to make a point that you could put in the same amount of effort and repurpose that content over so many different channels instead of creating content for different channels, right? So that has 10x the benefits many times rather than just putting it in one channel. So it's not just about the content, but how you leverage that content, how you repurpose that content, right? So this is one of the greatest tips I know in internet marketing. So instead of producing 10 different pieces of content, you can see how you can provide different value to different people on different channels on the internet. So start with an article. If you have a thought, put that together in an article. If you feel strongly about something, put that whole thing. So again, repurpose it from your real life. You don't have to go and think about social media marketing as something else that you do apart from your real life. You repurpose your real life, something that happened today, something you've read today, something you picked up on today, something that started making sense suddenly today. Any insight that you had about your industry, about your business, put it together and write an article about it. Right? An article is a free-flowing thought process which doesn't try to sell anything. It's just making a point. Write an article, word it well, put it all together, and then try and convert that into a press release and distribute that press release. To convert it into a press release, all you need to do is follow the press release format. I'm not going to get into that. I teach that in the course, but I'm not going to get into that here because you can always pick it up in many different areas. And so you just have to then kind of introduce yourself in a press release. There is a standard format for a press release. Look out for the social media press release, which is slightly different from the traditional format, because then you can add all sorts of other things. What are the things that I'm going to say just now? Right? Put the press release and take that out if you can, if you want. There are many press release distribution centers that distribute your press release very cheap, right? So that again I talk about in the course, but maybe I can do another video for that, so watch out for that video. Now from the press release, once you've taken that out, you can even take the article out, right? So you don't have to just take it and put it into your blog. Blog is different from an article, so I'm going to see what we can do with how we can convert that into a blog. But before that, what I try and do is convert that into bullet points. Bullet points are a fantastic way of coming. Even this is a bullet point. It's a series of bullet points, but I have a point to make, and the point is basically this, right? And words fill in between the bullet points. With the bullet points, you can easily make a video. You can easily tweet each one of those bullet points. All right. You can not just tweet them, you can update your LinkedIn status with that, you can update your Facebook with that, you can update your Google Plus with that, or any other social network that you're on. You can start updating it. You can consider updating each of those bullet points or nuggets of wisdom as well, and then you can update them if you can, or you can combine a couple of points and update them. So there are lots of thoughts over there which can turn into potential tweets, right? You can also put the same thing up on SlideShare. SlideShare allows you to put up just slides, sometimes even with audio, so you can do that as well. You can also make a podcast out of it, right? And you can also make a blog post. The way you make a blog post is blog post has to be highly readable, highly skimmable, right? So you want to make one heading and you want to make as many subheadings as possible and turn it into some kind of format. So I like the link-based format from a blog post, which could be top 10 ways or top 20 ways, or I can teach, I can't remember right now, but there are about 10 different formats in which you can fit any blog post into these days. And it also makes sense. It works because it makes sense. Mashable or anybody, all the big blogs actually use those formats. So convert that article into something more skimmable rather than something which is highly intellectual. Break it down, have another spin on it, and make a blog post out of it, and put it on your blog. And now you have again all of these things came from the same thought. So you don't have to go research anything. It's the same piece of content that you're repurposing all through. And make sure once you put it all up there, you can promote it. For example, the video itself can be promoted using TubeMogul across about 30 or 40 different video directories or video portals, including YouTube just being one of them. It makes life easy for you. Article can be submitted into hundreds of article directories. There are niche directories, there are generic directories, press releases, same story, hundreds and hundreds of them. SlideShare, there are a couple of other ones which are competing with SlideShare. You can put them up. Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Google Plus, and any other network that you have, you can put it on your as a status update on your Google Talk if you have a lot of people there. Video, as I said, blog post, so you can put it on your company blog and promote it. Link it all into Twitter. Again, tweet about your video, tweet about your blog post, tweet about your podcast. You see where I'm going with this. You can just kind of create this whole thing around just a single piece of thought, really, which is what is content. So you don't have to go back and research anything. You can just use the same content across different channels, right? So, and maximize your content's value and return on investment and the effort you put in. How do we share all these things? How to minimize time? I've already given you already. There is another video that I'm going to make as to how you can manage social media within about 5 to 10 minutes every day. Okay, but that's a subject matter for another video. Thanks for watching.